Well, it is just gone 16 minutes past 8, and we kick off this morning taking a look at the resignation of the mayor of Johannesburg, Thapelo Amad. What does this mean? And going right now across to my guest, Professor Sam Kona, to Koma, sorry, Professor Sam Koma, to unpack and to analyze what this means. Professor Koma, good morning to you, sir. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Inayat. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Prof, are you surprised 87 days later that we're now seeing the resignation of the mayor of Johannesburg, Thapelo Amad, knowing what we had known close on to 3 months ago? There were many that actually predicted that he wouldn't last 3 months in the job.
Yes, in fact, the writing was on the wall for Mr. Thapelo Amad because of the interview that he did with one of the broadcasters, and some of the coalition partners were not quite pleased about what he articulated in that interview regarding the purported loan that he secured from one of the lending institutions. So it is not quite surprising at all. It is clear that the coalition partners comprising of the ANC, the EFF, Patriotic Alliance, and also Al-Jamaa has lost confidence in Mr. Thapelo Amad to continue to serve in the role of being the executive mayor of the city of Joburg. This is the third executive mayor of the city of Joburg to vacate office since 2002 to date, and this is a clear demonstration of political instability in the office of the executive mayor of the city of Joburg, and also this will disrupt the implementation of, for example, the integrated development plan of the city, the service delivery and budget implementation plan, the municipal budget, plus other critical service delivery programs that are supposed to be executed by the administration component of the city.
Yes, but also, Prof, when one looks at, again, this is indicative of coalitions in a local government, in coalitions in cities. And we are talking about coalitions possibly going into future as far as national governments are concerned. And we've seen it over and over again, history repeating itself, that for some reason or the other, coalitions are not working. But again, having the right person in the job, and this is what the Patriotic Alliance is saying, that he wasn't the right person for the job, but they were the ones that had actually put him there in the first place, a minority party, a party that held very few seats. And again, this is compromising the city. This is compromising the running of the city. This is compromising the citizens of the city, and more importantly, compromising service delivery to the residents and the citizens of Johannesburg.
Yes, Inayat. In fact, I'm happy that it has now dawned to the ANC that the ideal governance model to run a hung municipal council or a municipal coalition government is the collective executive system. And this is what was articulated by the president of the ANC through the NEC statement he presented on Sunday. Because we have been advancing this point in different platforms, that for this coalition governments to work, we need to put in place a collective executive system as opposed to the mayoral executive system that is obtaining in many of the metros, especially in Gauteng and also other parts of the country. But if you look at KZN, all the municipal councils in KZN have put in place the collective executive system, including the eThekwini Metro. It's perfect system since 2000 to date. That reason, if you look at eThekwini Metro, it's relatively stable compared to the Gauteng metros and other municipalities across the country, because the collective executive system forces all the political parties represented in the municipal council to work together through being represented in the executive committee of the municipal council, what they call the ESCO. So you'll have 10 councillors constituting ESCO, drawn from the various political parties that have representation or proportional representation in the municipal council, just as it is obtaining in eThekwini Metro and other municipalities across the country. So if you look at the Gauteng province, since 2016, when the advent of the hung councils came to the fore, the Gauteng province has been struggling to stabilize these metros because of this system they are currently using, which is the mayoral executive system. So sometime last year, the MEC for local government, Mr. Maile, tried to introduce the collective executive system in the Gauteng metros, but then the DA said they will challenge his decision through the courts.
Yes, but also what has happened also in the past, and what you're saying is very, very true in terms of looking at this whole executive model in running the city. And this is something that we need to think about, not only at local government level, but also looking at national government, because what we found was a lot of these coalition governments or these coalition partners is they put their party before the interest of the citizens. And we've seen a lot of the party political dynamics and shenanigans that have been playing out in the past, putting the party's interest first before the governance side of things, and also putting or their own party political or personal political interests and ambitions before the needs of the citizens that they are supposed to be serving.
Yes, you are quite right in it. That is why we've been calling for these coalition partners to publish or to give us the coalition agreements that they've entered into, because that is the only way local communities can be able to hold these political parties accountable. At this stage, these coalition agreements have not been made public. They are not available for public consumption. We don't know what is entailed in these agreements. And also, the other dynamic is that these coalition arrangements do not have what we call deadlock breaking mechanisms. So once these coalition partners differ on a number of issues, it could be in terms of political positions, or it could be on issues around governance, the other party can decide to just walk away from the coalition arrangement without exploring the dispute resolution mechanisms, such as mediation or arbitration or any other mechanism that can be employed as part of resolving the political differences of these political parties. So this is what is missing in the current arrangement that we have of these coalition arrangements within the context of municipalities. The coalition partners are not being transparent, and they don't want to be held accountable in terms of what they've agreed on as part of the package or the deal that they've entered into in terms of running these coalition arrangements. And that is the reason there's a call for legislative reform or changes or a new framework as part of managing these coalition arrangements.
Well, Prof, let's see what develops now after this latest resignation and how the city council actually responds. And have they learned any lessons from the past? And because this is definitely not acceptable, where we see every few months we see a new mayor and we see the instability in the city, and as a result, citizens are actually suffering. So we will definitely be keeping an eye out and watching the space. But for now, thank you, Prof, for your time with us this morning right here on Solar Media. We wish you all the best, and please take care.
Pleasure.
Professor Sam Koma, governance expert, with us this morning on the resignation of Johannesburg Mayor Thapelo Amad. The time is just gone 8:25. We're going to go for a break. We'll be back.